How are you? How has your weekend been? How's your Sunday been? I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Welcome along to the channel. My name's Shaban. Forgive the look. It's Sunday and cheers. Hope you're ready to go through FA Cup weekend. Couple of surprises in there, maybe not. And a couple of interesting results, that's for sure. Manchester City and Bunny Shaw. I mean, just take a massive bow for yourself right now. Please like, please subscribe, but please leave a comment. Let's do the housekeeping first. And let's get into it, because the only game really that we could watch on TV, even the FA Player wasn't covering the games today. Well, I couldn't seem to access any of them, which was pretty annoying. Arsenal against Chelsea, Chelsea against Arsenal in the FA Cup. It was the fifth round, of course, today, and the result I think we were all expecting, which is I think the expectation for Arsenal for the rest of the season is that Chelsea will be better than them and are stronger than them. And I hate to sound that way in a negative kind of light, because you just have to really acknowledge that without Beth Mead and without Vivianne Miedema, things just aren't the same. It's not clicking the exact same way it should be. The players coming in are younger, they haven't got as much experience, and it's just not the same. And I feel a bit sad, because I just thought maybe Arsenal would be in for some silverware this season. That's them now out of the FA Cup, and they've got the exact same game for the Conti Cup final next week. 7 days time that'll take place, and I think if you look at the squad depth of Chelsea's style, Chelsea's mentality, it feels like they could already take the trophy for that right now for the Conti Cup final, which is undeniably, it's silverware. Arsenal need it, so this could be problematic. What happens after this? Where do they finish in the league table? Because I had a good conversation with a couple of sports journalists and women's football experts recently, and a lot of them had Manchester City and United finishing above Arsenal in the league table, which it does make you think. I mean, looking at the table just now, I know we're not talking a league, but Arsenal, I suppose they still have that game in hand. But Chelsea have got that game in hand as well. United at the top. City are now above Arsenal. It just is changing. A lot of people did say that you would have City finish above Arsenal this season, and that seems to be working out that way. I really had them down for winning the league this time round, but the loss of Viv and Beth it's just not the same, is it? On that note, it's not the same, and it's sad. But we shouldn't focus on that, because looking ahead, Arsenal have a great squad, and so much to offer. But when it comes to this season, let's just park it for now. For reals. Let's do that for reals. Okay, some of the other results from today have just popped off my screen. Why have they done that? Work with me here. Huh? What date's it? Come back, you big idiot. Talk amongst yourselves. Anyway, I see Chelsea today against Arsenal. There were so many areas of the pitch where things were not clicking. I felt Steph Catley, she had a weak game. Lauren James exploited her at every turn. Stina Blackstenius for Arsenal, again, she's not taking her chances. I know we've had this conversation 100 times, but it's becoming problematic. You've got that young Michelle Aubameyang, and I think she could be given the opportunity up there. Even Caitlin Ford, maybe stick her through the middle, and you could move Palova, possibly. There would be other opportunities there, but I'm sure the flag went up 2 or 3 times for her as well today, which is problematic, right? And I don't want to come down on a player. I feel everyone will start doing that at the same time. But something's it's not working there. Change it. You have to change it now. And yeah, just there were certain areas of the pitch today where Chelsea bullied Arsenal, but let's not focus on Arsenal in the long haul. But they are out of the FA Cup. Chelsea go through. Next week we look ahead to the Conti Cup final. Whew. I think we all know how that goes. I would love a pleasant surprise. I don't want to be negative the whole time. I would love a pleasant surprise. I would. Give me a pleasant surprise. God. Okay, also was covered on, just going through my Twitter to keep track of the West Ham Aston Villa game. Rachel Daly made it 1-0. Dagny Brins-Jarsdottir led it out, made it 1-1. It went to extra time, nothing there, a few changes, went to penalties, and eventually Aston Villa win on penalties. That's huge for them to get through to the next round, because it's just whittling down, and it's huge experience, and it's perhaps them aiming for a trophy. It is, because if the draw, whenever that's done, it must be in the next few days anyway, maybe even tomorrow. Aston Villa stand a chance in progressing here, and Rachel Daly, Kenza Daly, even defensively, they're solid and improving week on week. I just look and see Aston Villa, if they can finish 5th in the table and just make it to a semi-final, and a final would be absolutely incredible. Some of the other results: Manchester United beat Durham Women 5-0. Fair play to Brighton Hove Albion beating Coventry 5-0 as well. Bristol City, because they're top of their table, aren't they? They were beaten by Manchester City 8-1. That's an incredible result. And was it 5 goals from Bunny Shaw? I mean, the girl is just freakishly good. Charlton Athletic were beaten 1-0 by Birmingham City. Fair play to them. As we mentioned earlier on, Chelsea beat Arsenal 2-0. Lewes beat Cardiff Ladies 6-1. And Reading won on penalties against Spurs. This is a problem. I don't know how long the support and the backing now stays for Rehanne Skinner. No disrespect to Reading at all, but the investment and the change at Tottenham Hotspur over the last couple of seasons, they should be doing better than what they're doing this season. I know we all know that, but Reading win 5-4 on penalties, and that is just another kick in the teeth to Rehanne Skinner Spurs, who are also 9th in the table. Reading are a point above that relegation drop. That is not good. Let me see what's been said in the old vlogs. Rehanne Skinner. I mean, surely that spells trouble. Maybe not, but they should be beating Reading in that game, shouldn't they? Is that not how it goes? Interesting wee day. I didn't even know that result until I come on here now. But on to the next. They say, I look at the FA Cup and you look at the differences between, the likes of Lewes, Bristol, Charlton Athletic, and it's so different across the board. We know what happened with Birmingham City, and why they went down was because they weren't putting into the women's team the way that they should be, and they found themselves relegated in that last day of the season despite getting a win. And I just wonder about the disparities down the bottom, and I'm not sitting here saying I'm an expert on the Championship at all, because I don't nearly cover it the way I should. Please let me know about that. Are there any teams that have gone through that you think could cause an upset in the FA Cup? That is the beauty of the FA Cup. Where are Birmingham City at this season? Lewes are through to the next round. Whoever they draw against, it will be a tough game for them, because I think now they're the only Championship side going through. That is right, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm waffling here. I just don't know what else to say. I'm just a bit flat about Arsenal. Let me know what your thoughts are. Very good for Aston Villa, obviously. Naturally, I'm invested in them. Chelsea, Emma Hayes is trending on Twitter. Apparently, should be replacing Graham Potter, but they have the never say die attitude, and it is stepping up every single time. I see them winning the FA Cup, winning the Conti Cup, and winning the league. And that is a vast contrast from where I was at the beginning of the season. Have a good Sunday night. Love you. Bye.